I think I just heard some quail out in that area. It's quite a ways away. Well, let's go over there, cross, and hunt this flat over here. Come on, Coda. Whoa.
For all you guys out there that have quail hunted for any amount of time, if there's one thing you know, it's that quail hunting is completely unpredictable. Yep, every time you let your guard down for a second, you can guarantee that's when birds are going to flush. This whole trip started out unpredictable. An hour before we were ready to go, my brother called up and his wife had had a medical emergency and he couldn't go. But the trailer was packed, the dogs were ready, and we decided to go anyway. It seemed like so many little things went wrong. Of course, the first thing was that when I walked out initially, I forgot to turn on the GoPro. And of course, I busted out a huge covey, and I got none of that on video. But, you know, it's always good just to get out, and sometimes a man just has to water his soul. Remember when I talked about quail hunting being unpredictable? This is a great example right here. So Dakota's getting a drink of water. We walk up, and just out of nowhere, a bird wild flushes, and I have no shot.
Shit.
Oops, sorry about the potty mouth there, but I'm sure all you guys can relate. Anyhow, it wouldn't be too long before our luck would change.
Bring him here. Get him out. Where is he? Bring him here. Bring him here. That's it. So we just downed this beautiful little bird. Blew out right in front of us. Hit him pretty solid. We got another bird down here, but we're having trouble finding it right now. It was pretty far out when I shot it, and Dakota wants to hunt as opposed to look for more birds. So yeah. That's it. Stay by me. Hey. Yeah. Good boy. Whoop. So yesterday, when I opened up one of the quail crawls, had a lot of this in it, and then it had some really fresh green, wet green plant material as well. Ashtray. Interesting that there will be broken dishes here. Oh, not good.
I've never really been on a solo hunt like this before. After a while, the crunching gravel under your feet just is like a metronome, and your thoughts just tend to wander. You think about family, friends. This has been a particularly tough summer for me. I lost a lot of friends. I think at some point you just start getting to an age where that's bound to happen. But you start to think about how precious time is, and you always wonder, how many hunts might I have still left in me? I think about other things too. Sometimes I just have to stop and look around and just take in all the beauty. I wonder to myself if I'll ever be back this way again, and the moments become so much more precious.
Whew. You thirsty? Wow, so beautiful. No, no, no bird, no, no.
Life these days is so full of distractions. One thing about being out here solo is there was a lot more time just for deep thought. No cell service, no connectivity, just time to reflect. I cracked up when the rabbit ran in front of us. I thought about my friend Bill. Bill always had a theory when we were quail hunting. Where there's rabbits, there's quail. I know it probably doesn't seem like it from watching the video, but this is our last day right here. And me and the dogs have walked tons of miles here. We've been over ravines, mountaintops, dodging cactus. We're all getting pretty tired.
Oh, Milo. I'm tired, bud. I'm tired. I'm tired. All right, I say we go back. Come on. Yeah?
The walk back was easier. It was downhill, and our steps became quick and light. You know, it's funny about what Bill said about the rabbits and there being quail around. I was thinking about that, definitely. And all of a sudden, I stopped for a minute to give the dog some water, and in the distance, I could hear some quail. So I got out my call. I could hear some quail off in the distance. Seemed like they're forever away, and I didn't know if I'd ever catch up to them. But we started moving that way.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Let's talk about this scenario for a minute. I came up, and this is the first time that I actually saw quail in front of me before they just flushed out of a bush all weekend. They were running and bobbing. Let me tell you what, California quail are tricky. I've been hunting them for about 40 years. And my theory on the whole thing is if I see them on the ground, I'm going to shoot that first one on the ground, and then they'll get up in the air, and then I'll go for seconds. Valley quail certainly aren't like the gentleman Bob of the East. Man, they're wily critters. They run, they can outrun you, they can outhide you, they're sneaky devils. I'm curious how you guys might handle this scenario. Let me know in the comments. I'm kind of laughing at myself as I look at this video here. Just a couple minutes before this, we were so tired we could barely walk, and then we bust up a covey, and everything's different. You know, it's hard to explain the rush you get when you put up a covey. But what a great scenario, and what a great end to that day. We did harvest one bird out of there, and it really was the icing on the cake. Well, needless to say, we were never able to catch up with that covey. They outran us, outflew us, and simply just escaped. You know, everything on this trip was crazy. I missed all the good footage. I was really wondering if I could put together a video. But you know, it says in Proverbs that a man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his step. I really felt this on this trip. I loved the solitude. I loved the time alone. I don't know if I'd ever do it again, but man, it was a great time.
Well, just did a little walk around up here, and we found birds, but man, they were really tough to get. I think the birds have really been educated. Got a couple good looking birds. I'll tell you what, I shot them, but I never retrieved them without this dog. The retrieves were amazing. The birds were just buried, and he pulled them both out. Okay, we're gonna try and figure out what these quail are eating up here, and we're gonna dissect its crawl, and that would be this little area right here. And it's a cool way that birds have to store food to digest later. Let's see what it has. Huh. Well, a lot of seeds, a lot of seeds. Yesterday, the bird that I dissected had a lot of green plant material as well as seeds. So interesting. Anyhow, that's what they're eating.